Up next on Lion TV, we have Star Cox with a summary over our girls' basketball season, Eden Beard over our Lady Lions softball team,
and me, Jacob Show, here to give you an update on both the men's and women's March Madness bracket. All that and more, Lion TV starts now.
Happy Friday, Searcy High. Welcome back to another episode of Lion TV. I'm Caden DeGroat.
And I'm Jordan Bowman. I hope you're having a great Friday. Now let's start with some student announcements. Students parking in spots 600 to 647 will need to park in the parking lot behind the indoor practice facility. Park on the far end of the parking lot where the band practice marching. This is only for today.
Many students have already used all of their parent call-ins for the semester. Please check your attendance on Hack to see where you are on absences. You only get 6 parent call-ins per semester.
SHS along with the White County Health Department will be hosting an immunization clinic on May 10th. All students 16 years of age are required to receive a second meningitis vaccine prior to registration. Paperwork can be printed from our website or picked up from Nurse Amy. Completed consents are due by May 3rd. We hope you will take advantage of this free and convenient school immunization clinic.
A prom guest permission form is available in the East and West offices. If you plan on bringing a guest to prom who is not a Searcy High School student, you must complete a guest permission form and return it to the office by April 22nd, 2024. Reminder, you must be a junior or senior to invite a guest, and no 9th grade students are allowed. Also, you can choose from hundreds of gently used free dresses and accessories for the prom. Email Ms. Sarah Dacus at sdacus@searcyschools.org or Betsy Bailey at bbailey@searcyschools.org to set up an appointment.
Centennial Bank is offering 10 annual $1,000 scholarships for 5 boys and 5 girls selected for athletic achievement and community service. Please see the Senior Schoology page or the Guidance Center for qualifications and or more information. Applications are due April 1st.
Cheer tryouts will be held this week. You will need a current sports physical in order to try out. See Ms. Hollyfield or email her at shollyfield@searcyschools.org if you have any questions.
Hey Caden, did you know it's been 15 years since our girls basketball team went to state?
Wait, it's really been that long?
Yes, it has. And Star Cox has a story about how great they did this season.
Searcy's girls basketball team played the 5A state tournament, going to state for the first time in over a decade. However, it's not just a game, but a display of the skill girls have showed over this year.
I think I was very confident. I had a good season scoring-wise and contributing the ball, so I was very confident and ready to lead my team.
I try to see what I can do for the girls to prep them and get their mental most prepared for the game.
The girls didn't get a free ride to the state tournaments. The team had to be dedicated.
Just showing up every day, being here for each other, giving it their all in practice.
Just using everything I work on and practicing and making it translate into the game.
It's the first time Searcy girls have been to state in 14 years.
Searcy faced off with BB, a past competitor, and eventually Greenwood.
It's hard to beat a team so many times in a row, so we really had to focus and lock in. But we won the BB tournament.
We faced BB in the first round, and we had already played them 2 times prior, so we had a good idea of what they were going to do just to be ready to shut down their key players. We did end up seeing Greenwood in the second round. They went on to win the state championship, but we competed with them. We were in the game the whole time.
I would say we came up short, but I think we all did good. I did good personally.
At guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 20, Chip Johnson.
Zanaya Chip Johnson ended up making all-state tournament team for her performance. High stats in 4 categories with points, rebounds, steals, and assists against BB.
I think her shooter, Sarah, she had a pretty tough year, just her being face guard every game, so I think she really helped.
We got a first-round win against BB, so that's huge.
Although the skill of the game is important to succeed, team support is just as important.
Because you need a mentor, you need somebody that can develop you throughout, as you're doing good.
But just how the girls battled and didn't cower down to it.
I think me and all of my teammates did really good.
London Flowers had a double-double against BB. Sarah McCain, Eva Roberts, Cadence Pettis, and Jaden Bowman all did great. I I think the girls showed up and did what they could.
We had a great run, and I made history here, 2 times All-State. So, yeah.
Lady Lions with a 55.
Despite Cersei's loss, the girls showed their dedication, hustle, and sheer talent. We hope this is only the start of Cersei's path to state basketball. Now back to the news desk where the action's as hot as the ending game buzzer. Over to you guys.
Thanks, Star. They really know how to nail it when it comes to the big game.
They sure do.
The total solar eclipse is less than 2 weeks out, and some local scientists say the eclipse could bring a change to our weather. The National Weather Service says everything from temperatures to humidity could be impacted. Chris Bignano, Science and Operations Officer at the National Weather Service Little Rock, said temperatures could fall several degrees during the eclipse and could see a change in the wind speed.
For the first time since Judge ruled that Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis can continue to oversee the Georgia 2020 election interference case against former President Donald Trump, the focus will return to the details of the sprawling case. During a hearing Thursday, Trump's lead attorney in Georgia is expected to argue the indictment should be dismissed because of the former president's political speech is protected by the First Amendment.
Diversity, equity, inclusion has become such a flashpoint across the country that a politician in Utah, State Representative Phil Lindemann, inferred it was the reason a huge container ship plowed into and knocked down the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, leaving 6 people presumed dead. This is what happens when you have governors who prioritize diversity over the well-being and security of citizens, said Lindemann, a Republican running for a governor, said in a post on X. I hope the weather gets warmer. I'm ready to put away those coats.
Well, good thing Linus Bowman is here with our weather updates for the rest of the week.
Good morning, Cersei. I'm Linus Bowman with your weather update. Today will be sunny with a high of 75, rain at 5% chance, winds at south-southwest at 15 miles per hour, humidity at 53%, and sunrise at 6:57 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight will be low of 52, cloudy skies with rain at 4% chance, winds at south-southwest at 11 miles per hour, humidity at 62%, and sunset at 7:26 p.m. On to the almanac. Our average temperatures, a high of 67, a low of 45, monthly average precipitation 4.07 inches, month to date 7.21 inches. On to the 5cast. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 76, a low of 57, 4% chance of rain. Sunday will be cloudy with a high of 78, a low of 65, with an 8% chance of rain. Monday will be scattered thunderstorms with a high of 76, a low of 56, and a 39% chance of rain. Tuesday will be AM showers with a high of 64, a low of 41, 40% chance of rain. And on Wednesday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 65, a low of 42, and a 17% chance of rain. Looks like you're going to need that umbrella this week, Cersei. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Linus. It's so good to finally get into much warmer temperatures.
All this weather talk is making me hungry. What's for lunch today, Caden?
For lunch today, we'll be having Mexican torta sub, classic cheese pizza, classic cheeseburger, chicken and cheese crispito, ham and Swiss cheese sub, fresh red delicious apple, milk.
Sounds absolutely delicious. Make sure to thank our amazing lunch ladies for all the hard work they do to make sure our students are fed.
Jordan, it is springtime, which means the Lady Lions softball team's season is well underway.
That's right. Eden Beard has a story of how these ladies are prepared on and off the diamond.
Eden?
With the season of softball starting up, the Lady Lions varsity softball team is preparing to take home the gold. The team practices most days out of the week with the help of their coaches.
I do a lot of work outside of practice. My dad and I do a lot of stuff together. We hit, we field, we take ground balls. He helps me work on picks. I'm a first baseman, so do a lot of first base work.
For many of the softball girls, they knew that they wanted to play from an early age, especially with the influence of family and friends.
I was surrounded by a bunch of sports growing up, and I grew up with 2 older brothers who played sports, and so I just they played baseball, football, basketball, things like that. So I think I just kind of got involved at a really early age. I saw all of that growing up.
I played t-ball, and then I started getting more serious with it. And I think it was being around couple like going to college games and stuff, and then just seeing how they did it, and I was like, oh, I want to do that.
The team wouldn't be possible without the help of the coaches, each one just as important as the other.
All of our coaches play a different vital role. Coach Futrell is very good at just being like, okay, listen, this team is good. This is what we need to look out for. This is what we need to work on. Coach Callie, she is one of our volunteer coaches. She's great. She helps us with all of our hitting, and she's just, it's nice to have a female coach because we've never really had like a girl coach around us. So it's nice to have her. She kind of makes us feel comfortable. And Coach Sutherland, he's a good good spirit type of guy. We call him our dugout mom.
To prepare for the game, Hallie Toller and Abby Busby both have similar ways of getting into the right headspace to perform their best.
Music is my getaway. That is my the perfect way to just get me focused and stuff. And it might be rap. Like if it's a really intense game coming up, I'll listen to a bunch of rap. Or if it's like a game where I'm like, oh, we kind of got this in the bag, then I'll just listen to some calmer music. But that's how I get into the right headspace.
For this season, it's like softball is like a very mental game, so I guess it's just like getting your headspace right, and practicing helps a lot.
It's kind of like my escape. Like when I'm at practice, I don't remember anything else that's going on. I practice, I'm having fun. Like it's just a great way to just relieve a lot of stress.
We look forward to watching another great season of softball from our Lady Lions. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Eden. It sure takes a lot to be successful in that sport.
It certainly does. It must take a lot of practice. By the way, since we are on the topic of sports, March Madness is in full swing.
Yes, there are still many teams left in this NCAA event.
Well, it's a good thing Jacob Shoei is up next in sports to see if my bracket is busted.
Happy Friday, Searcy High. We got quite a bit of sports updates to get into before this well-needed weekend, so let's jump right into it. In local sports, the Searcy Lions baseball team had a doubleheader on Tuesday where they took on the Nettleton Raiders here at the high school. They swept the doubleheader with the first game ending 13-5 and the second game ending 8-4, extending the Lions' winning streak to 5 as they take on the 7-2 Wildcats here at the high school later today. The Searcy Lady Lions softball team also had a doubleheader here on Tuesday where they took on the Raiders. They would also sweep their doubleheader, but their games were much closer as they won the first game with a high score 16-15 and then winning the second one 4-3, helping them improve their record to 6-3 as they take on the Rivercrest Colts here at the high school later today. The Searcy Lions boys and girls soccer teams both had games against Greene County Tech Golden Eagles here at Lions Stadium. Both teams would win their games against the Golden Eagles 6-0, where in the boys' game, 6 different players for the boys would get the points, while Georgie McMahon would be the lead scorer for the girls with 3 goals. The boys' record stands at 7-2, while the girls stay undefeated at 8-0, with both their next games being later today, where they travel to Nettleton to take on the Raiders. Moving on to national sports, round of 32 of the men's NCAA tournament concluded with 8 second-round games on Sunday. UConn, the defending national champions, Houston and Purdue all prevailed. However, Houston needed overtime to dispatch Texas A&M. Brand names such as Duke and Marquette also advanced to the Sweet 16. After a first round that featured 8 double-digit seeds advancing, there were only 2 upsets in the second round. Gonzaga topping Kansas on Saturday and Clemson defeating Baylor on Sunday. The round of 32 for the women's bracket also came to a close last Sunday with a lot of heavy hitters continuing in the tournament, including undefeated South Carolina sweeping the floor against their upstate neighbors 88-41, Iowa with the help of Caitlin Clark's 30 points beating West Virginia 64-54, and Texas taking down Alabama 65-54. Each of these teams should be watched closely as they are all posed to make the Final Four. In the NFL, a new kickoff rule has been approved this season that closely resembles the XFL's old kickoff format. The NFL has adopted the new rule on a 1-year trial basis. The kicking team will kick from their own 35-yard line, but 10 players from the kicking team will line up at the receiving team's 40-yard line. At least 9 members of the receiving team will line up between their own 30 and 35-yard line. Any kickoff lands between the 20-yard line and the end zone must be returned. Returners can also return out of the end zone if they choose so. If a kick does not reach the 20-yard line, the receiving team gets the ball in their own 40-yard line. If the returner chooses to not return a kick out of the end zone, the receiving team will get the ball at their own 30-yard line. I know that's a lot to take in for one rule, but unfortunately that's all the time I have for you this week, Searcy. I hope everyone has a great rest of their Friday and an even better weekend. Now back to the news desk with Jordan and Caden.
Thanks, Jacob. Well, sadly, that's the end of another episode, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel at Cersei High Line TV.
And to follow us on X at Lion TV, Instagram at Cersei Lion TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Lion TV. Signing off, I'm Caden DeGroat.
And I'm Jordan Bowman. Have a great rest of your Friday and a happy Easter, Cersei.